Hello everybody, I hope you all are in the best of your health and you all are enjoying your good and beautiful life. Today we will learn about adverb of place. The adverb of place always answer one important questions that starts from where. So these adverbs tell the place where the action is done. Adverb of place do not modify adjectives or other adverbs. The examples of adverb of place are: please stand here. In this sentence, the word here is modifying the verb stand. So here is acting as an adverb of place, because here is indicating the place where the action is done. In another example, he was sitting outside. In this sentence, outside is an adverb and it is telling where the action is done. So it is adverb of place. Adverb of place are normally placed after main verb if the verb is intransitive. If the verb is intransitive, then we place adverb of place after main verb. And in other case, if the verb is transitive, then in that case we placed adverb of place after object of the verb. For example, we were walking north. In this sentence, the verb is intransitive, walk. The verb walk is intransitive, so we placed adverb of place right after main verb. In another example, he kicked the ball into field. Here the verb is transitive, so we placed the adverb of place right after the object. Now we will discuss some types of adverb of place. The first one is adverb of direction. Many adverbs of place indicate a specific direction of movement. These adverbs of directions are up, down, across, north, south, east, west. Here are some examples that illustrate their use. For example, let us drive down. So in this sentence, down is indicated the direction, a specific direction. So this is adverb of direction. They walk across the field. So across the field is telling us about a specific direction. So here the across the field is the adverb of direction. The other kind is adverb of movement and direction. There are also adverbs of place that end in word or words, W-A-R-D or W-A-R-D-S. These adverbs describe movement in a particular direction, as in the adverbs homeward, backward, forward, onward. So these are the examples, these are the adverbs of movement or direction. While quite similar to adverbs of direction we looked already, they add a sense of continual movement along with direction they specify. For example, Here are some examples used in sentences. The one is we headed eastwards. In this sentence, eastward is an adverb of movement and direction because it is telling us about a movement and direction as well. In another example, you should always go forward in life. Forward is the adverb of movement and direction, though it describes metaphorically rather than physical direction or movement. Two-word and two words. Two-word or two words are very similar to the adverb of movement. Two-word and two words are very similar to the adverb of movement, but it is actually a preposition. These two words, two word and two words, are prepositions, but they are not adverbs. Because the reason is it cannot stand alone as an adverb. Two word and two words cannot stand alone as an adverb. They need some noun. So it must be followed by a noun to create a prepositional phrase, which can then function adverbally to describe a movement. As we can say in this example, I saw them coming toward me. I saw them coming toward is not giving a complete sense. So I saw them coming toward me. It is followed, toward is followed by a noun. So it is a preposition. It is acting like a preposition, not as an adverb. He walked toward car. So in this sentence, toward is followed by a noun. So here in this example, toward is acting like a preposition, not as an adverb, because it is not standing alone. One thing we must note that while toward without an S is more common in American English, and towards with an S is more common in British English. There is no difference between toward and towards. Toward is used in American English and towards is used in British English. The next type is type of location. These adverbs indicate location of someone or something in relation to someone or something else. They can each function either as adverb, in which case they stand alone, or as preposition, in which case they are followed by nouns to form adverbial preposition phrases. Here are few common adverbs related to position that can also function as a prepositions. For example, behind, inside, outside, next to, between, over. So these are the examples of adverb of location. Let's look at some examples where these words stand alone as an adverb, and then we will look at some words functioning as prepositions. The very first example is we were waiting outside. So in this example, outside is standing alone. It is not followed by a noun. So it is in this sentence, outside is acting as an adverb. In another example, they were waiting outside his office. So in this sentence, outside is followed by a noun. So in here, the outside is acting as a preposition, not as an adverb. In another example, I kicked the ball around. So in this sentence, around is standing alone. Around is not followed by a noun. So in this sentence, around is acting as an adverb. In another example, I kicked the ball around the field. So in this sentence, around is followed by a noun. So around is in this sentence, around is not acting as an adverb because it is followed by a noun. It is not standing alone. So here around is acting as a preposition, not an as adverb. There are some other adverbs which can be used to indicate both movement and location. Examples of these adverbs are indoors, inside, outdoors, outside, uphill, downhill, and abroad. For example, our mother told us to play outside. Here, the adverb is outside. I absolutely hate running uphill. Uphill is an adverb of location and movement. Sometimes these adverbs of location and movement describe only location, not movement. For example, I am living abroad. In this sentence, it is telling us about the location, not the movement. Some adverbs are everywhere, for example, everywhere, somewhere, anywhere, and nowhere. These are the adverbs of place. These are also the adverbs of place because they describe locations or directions that are indefinite and unspecified. These adverbs are indicating unspecified location, unspecified direction. For example, I looked everywhere for my book. So everywhere is not telling us about a specific direction, about a specific location. You are going nowhere. The same is the case. Nowhere is not telling us about a specific direction. It is unspecified direction. It is denoting unspecified direction and unspecified indefinite location. In less formal speech or writing, place can be used instead of where, thus creating everywhere, somewhere, every place, some place, any place, or no place. You can also use every place instead of everywhere, somewhere instead of some place, some place instead of somewhere. Sorry, some place instead of somewhere. In the same case, any place instead of anywhere. It is used in less formal speech or writing. Somewhere, some place, any place, every place, or no place. The other adverbs are here and there are also adverb of place. They relate specifically to the speaker. For example, here indicates a location or direction that is with towards or near to the speaker, while there indicates a location or direction that is away from, not near to, or not with speaker. For example, I put my book there. You can sit here. Here and there can be used at the beginning of the sentence to emphasize location they are describing. For example, here I am. Here and there are also combined with preposition to create more specific references to location. Note that because they are objects of prepositions, they are functioning as noun rather than adverb. For example, put the table over there. Why are the keys up here? It is rather hot in here. We have already mentioned that adverbs of place are not used to describe adjectives, but There is one unique adjective that can take adverb of place. That adjective is bound. Here, the meaning of bound is heading or intending to head in a given direction. Note that only adverb or adverbial phrases specifying direction can be used with this. As we can see in these examples, homeward bound, bound south, bound for home. Is there any question? Your question will be welcomed. Thank you very much.